right, syllabus. First of all, how do you get to the syllabus? From not just this shell, any Canvas shell, from home here. Should be something over on your left-hand side here. The important stuff for the course. Make sure you do click on this. You click on that, and it's going to bring you to your at moment of creation. Anyway, it's the middle of summer. It is very, very hot outside. It's been hot for a while. Hopefully I'm going to keep this same screencast for fall. I don't plan on changing anything, but you never know. So if you're watching this in fall, even in the October one, hopefully everything will still be the same, but if not, I'll just make another one. Okay, so for at time of creations, for this H term, for summer 2, what are we going to do? Well, first of all, before we get to what we're going to do, make sure you know how to contact me if you have a problem. So Richard Davis, I'm in Arts and Communications, so the Fine Arts Building. Just go ask around in here. I'm in it's sort of weird the way the offices are in here. It's somewhat of the back and offset, I guess. Canvas messages are very good. So send me a Canvas message. I sort of old school, I guess, about this. So like send it over the phone. Just give me a call. Do note that, however, this just happened to me this morning. Somebody, like for whatever reason, our phone just dumped the last couple of weeks of messages all at once. So if you call and leave a message and I don't call you back, something has happened, right? So that's probably our phones. It's probably not me. I'm pretty good about getting back to people. So just I'll probably pick up if you call. Generally around 10 to 3 in my office. If you want to stop by, just shoot me a message. Let me know you're coming if you would, because I run around quite a bit. So I'll try to linger and take care of different things at different times. So phone call's good. Canvas message real good. Got to be reading and writing ready for the course. This is a standard course description in the state document that governs a lot of stuff that we do at junior colleges. These learning outcomes you're going to see again. So if you've noticed, or you will notice, on the assignments that come up, why are you doing this assignment? So I've often tethered, or I just put up at the top, which learning outcomes that you're meeting for the assignments. And then what everybody likes to talk about, the required textbooks. So we do have required books for the, I'm going to just slip around the corner here and get an actual physical book. They're in 2 volumes. You're going to do the electronic one, but there's always 1 or 2 people that say, well, I have to have the physical one. You got to do this on your own. It's just the way we're set up as college. If you want to get a physical book, that's what it looks like. Just give me a call or email. I can walk you through how to do that. We are in inclusive access. Most people, most general studies students stay opted into Follett's inclusive access, meaning that you're paying for your books when you in your tuition when you sign it. So it's kind of all lumped together. If you stay in that, as most people do, the only snag we've hit mostly for this last year is make sure you use your Grayson email if you're going to be prompted at some point to create an account. And so make sure that you're using your Grayson email and not your own Gmail or your own Yahoo or something like that, because your Grayson email is tethered to your the business office, financial aid, and all that sort of stuff. If you are going to, I have another screencast on this. If you're opting out, that's not most of you now, so I don't want to waste everybody else's time here. It is actually, if you know what you are doing, please call me before you do this. Let's talk it through. But if you want to get a long Cengage option, that will work too. And you sort of have your own Cengage account after that. If you do that 2-year option, you can really sort of be strategic and save some money, but you have to sign up sort of for the right things. That's why I would prefer to talk with you first if you do that. Or if you've already done this for another course, that's fine though. You should already know how to link from our modules, as we're going to go through in the next screencast. Okay, but what are we doing? Like, so for this HUMA 1301, big picture. So this is the course and the assignments. We are doing 12 chapters. Currently, I have them configured in groups of 4. So 4 chapters, 4 chapters, 4 chapters. These are three different historical time periods, and then after each after we get through the fourth chapter, we're going to go build up to an audio upload. These are not terribly difficult. You don't have to. It's not going to be as bad as you think. A lot of you get a little nervous when I talk about doing something that sounds like a speech. Don't think that right now. You're going to get walked up toward it, right? You're not doing the whole thing all at once, and it's going to be presenting over something that we did here that you want to now pursue further. So we're going to do some stuff big picture and what I am going to call a first segment. So by segments, I mean through the audio uploads. So if you look here, just follow my cursor. There are 1, 2, 3 segments for the course. So we have, very broadly speaking here, 3 big time periods. We're early world, middle world, stepping us up to the modern era. Okay, even though for a lot of you this is the old world here. It's really not. We'll talk a lot more about this in greater detail, especially in the screencast, these first few screencasts. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to read all of these chapters. You're going to have quizzes and reading questions associated with the chapters, and then you're going to upload an article. You're going to find a film on demand. Got screencasts on these too. These are pretty easy uploads. Really, you guys just got to read them, watch, think about what you want to present for your subject is the main part here, and then get the actual audio upload in, and then we just repeat. So, big picture. As soon as you get through this first segment, guys, all right, it's the same thing, right? You're just repeat. So you have the process down after the first segment. All right, so you should, and this is what most people do. Your grade, since you've gone through a segment, we're not really doing anything new after that first segment, although we're covering different chapters, but we're not, no new types of assignments. Then people tend to, not dramatically, but slowly start rising as the course goes and start synthesizing evidence better, answering your reading questions better. Okay, so here, the draft of this course schedule, these are the kind of things you need to do. This is all in modules in Canvas. But I've just detailed here. This is what you should do while we're at the sort of the 30,000 foot level. This is what you should do to get through the chapter. So, read chapter 1, do the 1 quiz, look at the rubric, right? Watch these, what I call help stuff about how to get the assignments in, what you should and should not do for the assignments, and then finally you want to get your assignment, in this case your reading questions, uploaded. Okay, so that I've gone through the first segment here. Rest of the course repeats. What does this matter to you? Also in Canvas, this is in your grade distribution. So your quizzes, don't spend a huge amount of time on your quizzes. I do give you 3 attempts for these. We'll go with the average for your quizzes. So, but this is only 10%. So some people like to get in heated arguments about what it could or couldn't be for a quiz question. Do realize, first of all, you can take the quiz again, and second of all, that all of the quizzes, the average score, only 10%. Really, the much larger percentage of your go to these reading questions and then the audio uploads. These are 10%, the whole segment anyway, 10% apiece. All right, grades will be posted in Canvas. They're going to follow the basic rubric guidelines that I have posted. Really, where are you going to spend the time? Reading the chapter, watching the chapter screencasts, and then answering the reading questions. You want to get this down, and remember, really big picture. Students don't like reading. Students have never really liked reading a whole lot, but we have to we got to do it. Right, you got to read. It will make things so much easier for you, not just in your junior and senior level classes, much less your graduate courses at college, but in the future, when you're in your work environment, if you have a good reading comprehension, everything else is going to come so much easier. You won't need to spend anywhere near the time that other people do to get from A to, maybe not B, but it's probably further down the road by the time you're in your work environment, but wherever you need to go, It's going to be a lot easier to get there for you with a good reading comprehension. And the only way to you just do it. I got a screencast on there like how to work, how to read, or at least my take on it. Things you can try anyway. All right. So what do you got to do? Don't miss a sign. Don't let these things snowball on you. Right, remember the big picture for the course. You got like there are a whole lot of these, but they're not. It's not like writing an essay for a composition course. So you get something uploaded. Try to get it uploaded on time. If you miss it, that next day it's going to be at a 10% penalty. So even if you're a couple minutes late, it's going to charge you that penalty. That's just how Canvas is set, or how I have set Canvas, because people won't get these in on time if I don't do stuff like this. And then the following day, so that whole next day, it's at a 10% fee, but then after that, the assignment disappears. So don't let these assignments disappear on you. Try to get something in as we get going. So you're going to make it a practice to keep up with these. Attendance and participation, I will count your reading questions, and I'm also going to start counting just things like your audio uploads and your articles along the way, because we run into some gaps there sometimes. I'll count those as attendance, and I have attendance figured into your grades, as you will see in module. By and large, for the vast majority of students, these do what I intend to do. They're intended to help you, not hurt you. So just by going through the course, right? Think of it as getting a few more points by doing everything on time. All right, don't plagiarize these. So especially there's no need to go out hunting for stuff on the internet. It's okay to use the videos. I'll usually have these in the prompt for a lot of the reading questions will ask you to use videos from the book or include videos, include some evidence from the videos anyway. That's fine. That's not cheating. We're going to put quotation marks around there and have an in-text citation, but do not go hunting off the internet. That's behind people, right behind people, just not turning stuff in. That's probably the number 2 reason that gets people in the course. So don't do that. I don't want to have to fail you and there's no reason for it. Right? I'm not grading you, especially not just beating you with a club on this course. If you do poorly on the first few, you have more than ample opportunity to come back as the course progresses, because as you can see, there are a lot of assignments, a lot of small assignments. Okay, so if you get a plagiarized one, you're just going to have to eat the 0, basically. There's the Title IX stuff, contact these people if you fill a Title IX. And remember, not just in context for this course, on campus, right? Think of that. This is these are the people you need to contact. And I think this will be it for the syllabus one. As you will see for the next one, the modules one, that's where most of your course is going to be. So remember, if we ever talk, almost always we're down to talking about in Canvas, usually meaning in the Canvas modules. So sometimes if I feel that something got screwy along the way, I might back us out a little bit and start talking about something else. So I'm going to try to signal that by saying, okay, well, wait a minute. Let's go out to this larger area of the college. We're not necessarily talking about just what's going on in Canvas here. Okay, I think that'll do it for this syllabus screencast.